Hello, this is a game from Foxxy that ended up with Black winning by resignation, but it was quite a roller coaster. Black had a good start, killing the right side, and later on, after this dragon died, probably Black relaxed a little bit and lost a bunch of stones on the bottom. Then the game was back to even, or White was even slightly ahead. Then Black managed to save some stones on the left side and came on top to win this game. Let's see how it developed. So we see a very aggressive white player with Kakari right away. And once again, this is quite common on Foxy. Players are generally aggressive and they tend to overplay. So black keeps going for big points. Now here white could consider a pressing move before taking the empty corner to put some pressure in the top and then go for the empty corner. Like this, he is already thinking about Moya on the left side. But it's nothing wrong to take the last corner on the board. Now when black plays this Kosumi, the best local move for white is to play a 2-space jump extension and simply make the base. This slide in the corner, it's not a small move, but in general is the kind of move white should play in the endgame or towards endgame. So first of all, he needs the base. Now white could also put pressure on the right side to get a little thickness. Here sometimes, and well, nowadays we see a lot this Kema on the second line instead of a 1-space jump. The reason for that Kema is that it doesn't give white more forcey moves locally. Playing the 1-space jump, white can push several times in Sente and then extend from the wall. So with the Kema, the forcey moves are kind of limited for white. But anyway, so white can push a couple of times here and then extend in the top. So this is a switch for white. Instead of focusing on the left side, he's going for a Moyo on the top. But white just wants to take the base and slide here on the second line, which is a little bit slow in the beginning. So black plays a pincer. This is fine. For black, it's also interesting to try to punish this slide on the left. So immediately put pressure at d14. Now, usually white will come up. We will see in the game that white ignored completely and that was dangerous for the corner. But white should push here at least once to be alive in the corner. Black simply gets ahead. And now either push again or slide in order to prevent being locked in the corner. Now when black plays these few forcey moves in Sente, then black should consider a pincer towards the middle of the side, because this kind of pincer also serves as an extension for the wall on the left. So it's a move that has a double purpose. Attack this cornerstone and in the same time set up a more in the top. Now this pincer at n17, which is a tight one, obviously emphasis more on attacking the p17 stone. So a lot of pressure directly on that stone, but leaves a big gap in the top. So white can come out, which he did. Then black extends on the 4 line, very good. Well, here white can also think about the shoulder hit, I mean the Kema to put pressure, and the common Joseki is push, cut, and give up the stone on the right side to get a position in the top. So now the two stones for black in the top left corner, they need a base. In this case, black will probably extend J17. But this is an absolutely fine Joseki, where white can go in the corner, white can still extend on the left side, or go for big points like O3 or the Sun invasion. So anyway, we have a jump, the classic one, this Kema, now counter pincer, very good, and black comes out. It's possible for black to play this move, but in this case, it's more interesting to go for a counter pincer, because this gives you an ideal shape in the top. Once you have this Kosumi formation, the extension at J17 is the right spot to make a base, and the distance is quite fine to have this 3-space extension formation. Now, once you extend a J17, white is supposed to do something about that N17. So normally he'll go for a Kosumi, and here black will play a Kosumi Tsuke in the corner just to threaten to save the N17 stone. White will usually descend. Black can push again to use the edge of that stone, but this is also this kind of weight, and black is already sent. So the idea for black is to get the extension, sacrifice the top stone, also get an exchange in the corner, which will give a position in the top right, and then simply play away. Put pressure here, take a big point. This is an easy way to focus on this Fuseki. So black jumps. Obviously black is more eager to fight like this. White connects under, then black extends. Yeah, this is very good. it's also okay to play that exchange and then go for the pincer, because white has to do something to keep his stones connected, and he did. But here black doesn't have to play this push. Right now, that stone at n17 you can easily sacrifice because white already played all those stones around it. So it's not really a big thing if white plays another move to capture it. Later on, black can connect here as a quadrat, for example. Now white has to pull back. If white doesn't, then you separate. And if just you connect like this and then cover, already that will save the n17 stone. But white is alive. I mean, white can jump out, white can slide in the corner, so there's nothing to gain there. Therefore, it's good to leave it for now, just play away. Another option for black locally is to play this peep right away. If if black plays the peep and white simply connects, now it's easy to separate. But this can wait as well. It was actually very good to play J17. So this push here, when white connects, there is no real follow-up for black in that area. So those two stones, even if they are connected, let's say black wants to connect from the outside, white will push, black covers, and now white will capture the two stones. Therefore, that exchange was not really towards black's advantage. So black could skip it. Let's move on. Pressure here, this is very good. And yeah, white shouldn't play anything in that area. Anyway, white's stones are connected. And it's important for white to push here once to secure the base on the left. First of all, locally, if white plays an Atari like this and black comes out, it's a much more interesting variation to squeeze black. But black doesn't care about those two stones because white is already alive. So no matter if white plays Atari here or Atari like this, black can just sacrifice for now and play other big points, which happened. This is good because if white just invests another move to capture those two stones, black will kill the corner. Anyway, black is about to die in that corner, almost. So here, the follow-up for black, it's either Hane to keep a lot of pressure on the group, or the Tesuji at B16. Because when white covers like this, black connects under, white needs to protect, and black is already killing the corner. In fact, it's okay to play another move, like this or like this, but locally, if black plays away, and white turns, black blocks, this is not enough room for two eyes. Because when this move, you take the vital point and then Hane. So it's gonna die. Now, if white plays this move, black pulls back, white connects under, and black can block in the top, cover, block the left side, and again, there is no way to come out. Because this is a Dame Tsumari, so no way to play Atari here. On this push, you just block, Atari here connect, and locally again we have the same situation, just one eye. So for black it's important to remember the Tesuji of B16. This is a key point here. So white has this option or this option and either one dies. Playing Hane, it's not going to kill right away because white can block. Now you gotta capture the stone or connect, otherwise white will take it. So let's say just capture here, then white can push, you need to block, and now white can make twice. Because if he goes B19 and you play the vital point here, he can descend. And it's the same idea when he plays A18. If you Hane, he plays here. If you play this one, he goes down. So the Hane here is not going to kill, but it makes him suffer a lot. And the Tesuji is going to kill. And that's actually very good. Because you actually punish white for playing an Atari to capture two stones, which is 4 points, and just take the whole corner for compensation. Well, this is a big move, but now white can just ignore and Hane and connect here to stay alive. After he lives in the corner, he can push and cut. So if this happens, black might defend here, then white comes back to protect. This should be the order. White keeps being aggressive. So pincer, counter attack. Now on this kind of pincer, black can consider the jump and then play a cap move to use the thickness of these two stones in the corner. But it's also fine to play double approach, very good. And for white it's usually normal to play a tsuke here or simply come out between the stones. Playing the kick from the side is not so great. So black variation is very good. Simply answer, then go in the corner. We have a symmetrical position, so black can connect one side or the other. And this is all good for black. Now, white has struggled a lot to try to fix the shape on the left side. And in the end, it's not such a big deal. When black slides here, white still needs to play some moves to stay safe. So black got the big point on the right, which is good. Well, still big to play in the corner. But yeah, if both white and black are missing that top left corner, obviously nobody will play anything there. Because probably black was thinking, okay, if I play something here, white will leave anyway, so why bother? But yeah, there's more. White's approach here, it's a little bit late because black already has the stone at 03. So normally white needs to play something in the middle, and when black extends for a base, white can make a base as well or slide. And if black attacks from this side, it still leaves Aji in the corner, so white makes a 2-space extension, which kind of attacks the corner. Therefore, black needs to play moves like this to secure the corner. White got the base, then white can jump on the bottom side to reduce the move. So, playing here, this feels good for black. Black has many options to react. The actual move, it's a pincer here, which is fine. Black can also think about r5 and then pincer r9, or play a pincer like this, or even further to connect to the top right. Every move here for black is absolutely fine because this is not going to give white a very nice base. White needs to slide and extend 1-space jump, which is over concentrated. The attach will be pretty much the same. So again, kind of over concentrated, which gives black a position in the top right, quite ideal, and also the bottom side. Now let's see the tight pincer. So the tight pincer, it's absolutely fine, but it's good to think about the alternative moves like r9, kick, and so on. White slides, this is not enough. White should play the attach and then hane. This is the way to leave in the corner, or just go san, sacrifice the stone on the outside, leave in the corner like this. He needs to come back, but black will either play here or a middle side extension because the cut, it's really not a problem. Black position is solid both on the bottom and the right side. So in general, white should attach, hane, atari, connect. Black can go down or connect. Usually when black connects, white either connects under or captures the cornerstone. Now if white captures the cornerstone, black will separate, so r6 dies, but at least white lived in the corner and there's a cutting point at p4. So later on, black might play a move around here to protect against the cut, or just extend to the middle of the side, and then when white cuts, black can fight like this. So that's an option. But white slides, black blocks, white needs to jump, black jumps along. Normally white is supposed to jump again, but here black can also extend at q11. The group is still under a lot of pressure, and q11 connects very well the right side, so keeps q14 and r8 connected in order to fix that territory. But the jump is good too. I mean, normally here white is supposed to jump too. Black can play a peep to make him heavy, jump along. White jumps again because he's not alive, or he might push in the corner, play this turn, then suke here, pull back and try to look for a base. But this gives black a lot of territory on the right side and still a good position on the bottom. But white is aggressive, so he goes for a counter pincer or an invasion. Then the cap comes. Pretty good to play this cap, but black can also prepare a little bit, play this move. Actually, this move can be played later too, we will see. So with this cap, white can go out in between. Then it's difficult to catch this white by pushing like this or like this. So the idea is to prepare a little bit. Play this kind of move, threatening the stone on the right side. If white comes up, you have a nice follow-up on the right. If white goes out on the right, then you think about the combination with the Keima, like this or the other one, trying to catch this white in a net. Anyway, right now, white looks for some eye shape. This is actually a pretty good move for white locally, because no matter what black plays here, except for the empty triangle, which usually it's a move that players are reluctant to play. Let's say black surrounds. Now white can hane, atari, push in the corner. So this gives white eye shape right away. Therefore, black should really consider this move, because this is white's aim, to play the hane and atari and create some eye shape. If black plays here and white goes hane here still, then push in the corner, black can block, then this block, you make a nice shape. White is also pretty much in a bad shape. This is an empty triangle for white too, and he's not completely alive. He still needs to struggle. Either go out or play the attach, because if black cuts, he will just push through. So on this attach, you block, he pulls back, then you protect, either like this or solid. And now luckily, he still needs this kind of move to make twice, but he already hurt his stone on the outside. So this kind of invasion, it's punished in a natural way. So back to the original game, just block the corner. Now with this block, white still has the Han and Atari to make some eye shape. Therefore, remember to play R4, because R4 is what white was aiming for. So he finally comes out. Now this kind of push hurts a little bit, this N6, but okay, I get it. Black wants to push several times and then surround the stone on the right side. That's also a nice idea. But here, it's more interesting to play something like P10 than, for example, play a Hane. If he comes out like this, how we do the net? Puck, 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 puck. Yeah, it works, but white can already leave because he got R4. Okay, so maybe not too bad to push a few times here. Well, the idea of playing this move is not to let your opponent just go between your stones too easy. And well, if you can push one more time in Sente, then it feels like white is going to die on the right side. Well, that happened. So peep, jump, you gotta go out, that's very good. Then push again. But here white made a mistake. This group is already quite safe on the right side. I mean, this lower right corner, so it's more urgent for white to come out in the center like this and help the other group. Because if black surrounds N11, it's gonna be difficult. So it's a little bit slow for white to play this N5. Here normally black wants to surround everything. Just try to kill all. Because playing this move, you invite white go out with a Kosumi, which happened. But white should simply escape here. When black plays this kind of move, push and turn, white goes down, and black stones are still not connected. So here, black had a big chance to surround the group, and now it's troublesome. Very good to hit this vital point, threatening the cut. Push again, and block. So far so good. White is in big trouble, only one eye. And we will see that white collapsed soon. What happens if black goes here and Atari? Now on this cut, black will capture the ko. Of course, white might find a ko threat like this, take back, connect. But yeah, overall the liberties should be okay for black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 10. Hard to count this semi. Yeah, maybe it's better to connect solid though, not to leave a ko. Oh, but here, black has a better move. Black can push first. Now when white comes out, cut from behind, and it's hard for white to surround this group on the right. Not so easy to find the net, because black can push, Atari, and capture these guys. So the idea with this move is that when white comes back, you can surround. When he cuts, you come out. So catch me if you can. But like this, you cut and he covers and the group is surrounded. So this is an important SOG. Many times this kind of move happens from second line to first line. When you just clamp like this, your opponent connects and then you connect underneath. So it's a similar situation. Because he's got only two options. Go out, cut, and go back, surround. So good to remember that. He he blocked here first. Okay. Black can also play Atari, because when white goes here, you capture, and then also you can just connect. And it's better for the semi, slightly. Okay, Atari cover, that's good. Now we will have a little ko. Very good to push here and make sure white doesn't make an eye. So if white makes an eye here, let's say black takes away this liberty, white takes this one. Black can also make an eye. Yeah, that should be good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Black can play this one. White takes this liberty. This one, ko, and this one. So actually here, it's a situation where it's gonna be a seki, but there's also the ko at O12. So now, if black feels, it's going to be seki, and in the end, white escape. But if black doesn't feel to gain a move somewhere else, like this one, white will take the ko, and now everything can collapse. So because black can can go for a ko threat like this. White completely ignores and kills the right side. So that's how the semi could happen. It's important for white to make the eye here. But once he didn't, now it should be easier for black. Because if white connects, how are the liberties? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So black can take this one, then this one, then this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, black doesn't even need to play there anymore. It's only 2 liberties inside, which are common, but 1, 2, 3 on the outside. Yeah, black can already ignore. Like here, play away, and still win the semi. So, therefore, yeah, white didn't connect. And goes for a ko. Now let's see if this variation can, this semi can be won by black without ko. Of course, black can take the ko and then fill. And here the ko was played a little bit wrong. But let's say black covers, white takes away another liberty. Here Atari and connect. There are 3 liberties on the outside. So black can play Atari here, white connects and then capture the stone. But there are still 3 liberties on the outside and 1 common liberty, and for white only 1 liberty on the outside. So black can play away. When white takes away this liberty, black can play away again. When white takes another liberty, now just capture. And it's 2 against 1. So Atari, take. Therefore, black can win this semi without a ko, and it's better. Now, black took the ko, white cuts, and black plays Atari. The way to eliminate the ko here is just connect. Because like this, it's already finished. I mean, when white plays away to continue with his ko threat, black doesn't have to add another move. Black can play away too. So here, black played Atari, white eliminates the ko, continues with his ko threat, but white should actually capture the stone, because the corner dies anyway. So black plays here, and white gains more locally, and the ko is still on the board. But black shouldn't really worry about it. I mean, you don't need to play another move here or capture the 4 stones, because even if you play away, when your opponent tries to fight the ko again, you have Atari from the outside, so liberties are going to disappear quickly. Then you take this one, and there are 2 more, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, actually here black lost plenty of points, because on this move black should answer. When white takes the ko, black should take another stone to eliminate future ko threats. And if white connects here, now you just win the semi. And in worst case scenario, this can be a seki if you don't play inside. Like for example, white plays here, you play a big point somewhere, try to kill this, white connects here, and now you will see there are 1, 2, 3 against 2, so you can just play Atari. But let's say you just play another big point, then he blocks here, and it's seki. So for white, when you ignore a few times, he can make seki, but black can always capture that group. Therefore, playing the ko was a little bit minus. And it feels good to capture all those stones, but you better capture them in a clean way. So white managed to came back a lot here, but still not enough. Well, this is the kind of situation where white could also resign. Yeah, it's good to surround these guys. Black just kills another group, but here it was better to play Tsuke and crosscut. Much more tight. Anyway, amazing to see that white came back and killed this group on the bottom later on. Black can push, because there is no way for white to cut. It's a self-Atari. Okay. That's a catch, but more agi. Later it will be activated. Here also, it's better to go Atari. Okay, let's move on. Now, when white played this move, this is actually a move that should alert black in the corner. Either play Hane, catch this stone, and let white leave small, like this, and then jump in. Or just kill the corner like we've seen in the early stage. So slide. Now white finally leaves. It's better to connect solid or bump, because on this move you can play a Tsuke, pull back, and there is no way to die on the left side. This became a little tricky. It's In this case, the option is to play the bump, because when he cuts, you have Atari here, and that's life on the left side already. Now you gotta come back and protect against the cut anyway, but then white will push through here. So he cut the 2 stones, that's also expensive. Now you gotta give them Atari once and then connect. Like this, you lose too much on the left side, but luckily come back later. This felt like white is having a good run to come back. Normally here, Hane and connect. Ah, but the cut may work. Yeah, it's good. Capture. Ooh, that's the wrong Atari. Why should Atari here, then Atari like this, and now play a 1 space jump? So, Atari like this was wrong. Black just connects and keeps everything safe. Yeah, this jump is still good. Okay. That Atari was fine. All 4 this sequence, but white doesn't gain. This cut is too much. Doesn't work. Atari, and if black comes out, Atari here. So that was a little minus. Okay, that's a big point. Black can push here. White has to go like this, then make eyes this way. So that's just endgame. So was Hane. This is tricky. So here, this was another critical moment of the game. White plays Atari, and black captures this guy. Black should actually come back and take this. And now when white captures a stone, black is already alive in the corner. So it's just that white saves or rescue a few stones. But this was expensive. And now black doesn't have to play this Atari. It's better to play Atari underneath, because this will connect the stones. White needs to capture here, and black can take this guy or capture these 3 stones. These 3 stones are better, because when you take the stone in the middle, he will save the 3 stones. So better play like this. If white connects, it's all good. I mean, black is not going to lose this tail like it happened in the game, so it's still fine. It's just that white managed to rescue a few stones, but now he got those stones and the tail, because when black plays here, white can easily take the liberties from the outside and Atari again, and that's it. So this made the game much closer, but in the end, oh, white didn't have to capture here, it's too early. White can play this move, and then when black goes here, Atari from the outside, black goes here, you still don't need to do anything as white. Oh, white can actually win this game now. Oh wait, just connect these 2 stones. So he invested a move here, capture, that's good. Yeah, this capture is sente, because if white plays here, black has this move, then throw in, then Atari, and now fight the core to kill all, or just cut this way. So now some small endgame moves. This core, it's expensive, so here white should play this move. Because now Atari, if white connects, Atari again, if white connects, he loses everything, so he relies on the core. And on this core, black can play Atari here. If white connects, everything is captured. When white captures, now black will look for a core threat, and there's a big core threat here, then come back with Atari. Now let's see if white has any threat. Not really. Actually around here, but that can be negative, because black will take the 3 stones here. So this happened, but now white can connect. So it was more interesting for black to play Atari first, and then when white takes the core, go for a core threat, now take back the core, and everything is in Atari, so white might even give up those stones. Yeah, lots of interesting tactics this game. Yeah, this is big. In fact, it's better to play this move, because when white captures here, black can push like this. If white connects, black captures everything, and if white plays here, black takes the tail. So it's a much better rescue to capture a few stones. Therefore, when you play this move, white will push to capture the 3 stones, because the idea in that core fight is that when you play this one and your opponent eliminates the core and you capture these guys, also the stones in the middle will die. So it's more important to save the 2 stones on the left side. So turn like this, I think is difficult for white to win the core. Once you turn, he needs to push here, you take back the core. It doesn't really have threats. I mean, okay, let's push here once, connect, take back the core. Then you have this one. Then you also have Atari. So the Atari will save the 2 stones. I mean, the couple of stones on the left side anyway. But in the meantime, you can still take the core. And being so solid everywhere, white can catch a stone in the corner. Who cares? And that's a nice comeback for black. But it was enough to catch that stone, huh? Yeah. And that's it. So black finally wins this roller coaster game, but phew, so many tactical unforced errors by both. Enjoy the review and better inspiration next games.